Hello students, this is class 6 subject mathematics revision lecture of chapter 1 and 2. Students, today we are going to revise whatever we have learned in chapter 1 and 2. Okay? So first of all I am taking chapter 1. In chapter 1 we have learned how to read and write a number. We have learned that any number we can read or write in two systems. One is Indian system and another is international system. In Indian system, we have places ones, tens, hundred, thousand, 10,000, lakh, 10 lakh and crore. But in international system, we have places ones, tens, hundred, thousand, 10,000, 100,000, million, 10 million, 100 million. In Indian system, we write down commas. First comma will be after three places from the right hand side. That means after 100 place. Second comma will be after two places, that is after 10,000 place. Then again after two places, that is 10 lakh. One number here I have written for you in Indian system. Now see how I am reading it. It is 2 crore because above 2 place is written crore. So it is 2 crore. Then on lakh period, here it is written 35. So it is 35 lakh. 2 crore 35 lakh. Then it is 59,870. I am repeating 2 crore 35 lakh 59,870. Now in international system, we place commas. Every comma will be after 3 digit. That is, first comma will be after hundreds place, that is ones, 10 and 100. Then again after 3 places, that is 1,000, 10,000 and 100,000. Okay, here also I have written one number for you. 3 at 100 million place, 7 at 10 million place and 7 again at million place. So it will become 377 million. Okay, because million, 10 million, 100 million all will come in one period, that is million period. So it is 377 million 81,000. 100 is 0 here, 100,000 is 0. So 81,123. I am repeating it. 377 million 81,123. So if number is given to us, we can write down the number name, and when number name is given to us, we can write down easily the numeral. Now second thing that we have done in chapter 1 is comparing numbers. When we have to compare numbers, first rule is that count the number of digits. Whose digits are more? A number whose number of digits are more, that number is greater and the other one is smaller. But if the number of digits are same, then we will check the extreme left side digit. Okay, now see the example. First example is 23,456 and the next is 65,43,211. In first number of digits are 5 and in the second number of digits are 7. So obviously a number whose digits are 7 digits are there, that number is greater. So 65,43,211 is greater. Now see the second example. In this example, in both the numbers, number of digits are equal. First is 98,765 and second is 56,789. In both the numbers, number of digits are 5. So what I told you, that if the number of digits are same, then we have to check the extreme left side. Now extreme left digit of 98,765 is 9. And extreme left digit of 56,789 is 5. So 9 is greater or 5 is greater? 9 is greater. So 98,765 is greater than 56,789. Now see some of the questions. Question number 1 is, use the given digits without repetition and make the greatest and the smallest 4-digit number. Digits are 5, 4, 0, 3. Now see what you have to do in this question. You have to make the greatest and the smallest 4-digit number and you will not repeat any digit. Okay, so now we will make the greatest number. Greatest number is, when we are making the greatest number, obviously we will start from the greatest digit, that is 5, then 4, then 3, then 0. Okay, so this is the greatest number, 5,430. But when we are making the smallest number, we will not start from 0, because writing first 0 has no value. So we will start from the second smallest digit first, that is 3. So it is 3045, 3405. Remember, we will not place here comma after every digit, because now we are making the number. This is the common mistake that usually students commit. Okay, you will not place commas after every digit as it is given in the question, because these are the number and in the questions digits are given to you. Now this is the greatest and the smallest number that we have made. Now one more thing can be asked in this question, and which is that find out the subtraction. Okay, find the difference of the greatest and the smallest 4-digit number, or find the sum of the greatest and the smallest 4-digit number. Accordingly, you can do that also. If the difference is asked, then subtract it. If the sum is asked, then add it. Now see question number 2. Using the digits 3, 7, 6, 0, make the greatest and the smallest 5-digit number. Now see in this question, number of digits given to us are 4. But we have to make 5-digit number. Okay, so when we are making the greatest 5-digit number, when we are going to make greatest 5-digit number, we will repeat the greatest digit. And when we are going to make smallest 5-digit number, then we will repeat the smallest digit. Okay, because one digit we have to repeat definitely. Only 4 digits are given to us and we have to make a 5-digit number. So greatest 5-digit number is 77630. 7 is a greatest digit here. So I have repeated here 7. So it is 77,630. And the smallest number is, now see, smallest digit is 0. So we have to repeat 0 twice. We will not repeat 3. 3 we have written first, because while writing 0 first, it does not have any value. So we have written 3. But the smallest digit is 0 only. So we will repeat 0. 30067. It is 30,067. Now next topic that we have done in the first chapter is estimation. In this estimation topic, we have done one general rule. What is this general rule? According to general rule, we will round off each number to its greatest place. Whatever the greatest place of that number, we will round off according to that. See one example, 4,575. Its greatest place is 1000. So we will round it off to nearest 1000 place. Okay, we will round it off to nearest 1000 place. And when we have to round off to nearest 1000 place, we will check 100 place. We will check 100 place digit, and its 100 place digit is 5 here. Okay, so what is the rule then? That if the digit is 5 or more than 5, then we will add 1 in thousand place. So here is 5, that means we will add 1 at thousand place and rest of the digits will be 0. So 4 will become 5. 4 plus 1 is 5 and rest of the digits are 0. So 4575 rounded off to nearest thousand is 5000. Okay. Next topic is Roman numerals. I am telling you some basic symbols and their Hindu-Arabic numeral. I stands for 1. V stands for 5. X stands for 10. L stands for 50. C stands for 100. D stands for 500 and M stands for 1000. Rules are: if a symbol is repeated, its value is added as many times it occurs. Clear? If I am writing 2 times x, that means we will add 2 times its value, 10 plus 10, which means 20. Okay? A symbol is not repeated more than 3 times. This is the second rule. That we cannot repeat any symbol more than 3 times. Maximum we can repeat it at the most 3 times. Next is the symbol V, L and D are never repeated. Okay, 5, 50 and 100. Symbols of 5, 50 and 100 we will not repeat. These symbols will never be repeated. Now see the next rule. If a symbol of smaller value is written to the right of the symbol of greater value. I am repeating. If a symbol of smaller value is written, smaller value symbol is written to the right side of the greater value symbol, then its value gets added to the value of the greater symbol. Okay, suppose I am writing here 6. Now greater symbol is, the value of greater symbol is 5 and to its right side smaller symbol is written, that is I, its value is 1. So we will add this smaller value symbol. Okay, this smaller value is added in the value of greater symbol. So it is 5 plus 1 which is equal to 6. And in next rule is opposite of this. If the smaller value symbol is written on the left hand side of the greater value symbol, okay, then its value gets subtracted from the value of greater symbol. Example 4. Now I is written on the left hand side, so its value will be subtracted from the greater symbol. It is 5 minus 1, 4. Now let's move to chapter 2. What have we discussed in this chapter? Now see. The number 1, 2, 3 and so on which we use for counting are known as natural numbers. This we have done, that all counting numbers are known as natural numbers. Which is the smallest natural number? Smallest natural number is 1. And there is no largest natural number. Second point is, if you add 1 to a natural number, if in any natural number we are adding 1 to it, we get a successor. And when we subtract 1 from a natural number, we get its predecessor. So speaking this in another way is, so what is successor? Successor means plus 1, predecessor means minus 1. Third point is, every natural number has a successor. Of every natural number, whatever natural number we have, we can add 1 to it and get the successor of that. So every natural number has a successor. Every natural number except 1 has a predecessor. Means 1 does not have predecessor. Because if we subtract 1 from 1, we will get 0. And 0 is not a natural number. So we are not having predecessor of 1. Other than 1, we have predecessor of every natural number. Fourth point. If we add the number 0 to the collection of natural numbers, we get the collection of whole numbers. So, what are whole numbers? 0 including all the natural numbers. So, 0, 1, 2, 3 form the collection of whole numbers. Which is the smallest whole number? Smallest whole number is 1. And again there is no largest whole number. Fifth point is, every whole number has a successor. As in natural number, every natural number has its successor. Same, every whole number also has its successor. Every whole number except 0 has a predecessor. Okay, 0 does not have any predecessor. Now, sixth point is, all natural numbers are whole numbers, but all whole numbers are not natural numbers. Why? Because 0 is a whole number, but 0 is not a natural number. Okay? In whole number, definition is 0 including all the natural numbers. Means the natural numbers are all there, but 0 is extra. So 0 is a whole number, but it is not a natural number. So all natural numbers are whole numbers, but all whole numbers are not natural numbers. Seventh point. We take a line. Now I am telling you about number line. We take a line, mark a point on it and label it 0. We then mark points to the right of 0 at equal intervals, label them as 1, 2, 3. Thus we have a number line with the whole numbers represented on it. We can easily perform the number operation of addition, subtraction and multiplication on the number line. Okay, we will make one line, we will mark 0 in the starting point, then mark out all the points at equal interval. Give them numbers 1, 2, 3, 4 and so on. Then now whatever addition or subtraction you have to do, you can do it on that number line easily. Eighth point is, addition corresponds to moving to the right on the number line, whereas subtraction corresponds to moving to the left side. Multiplication corresponds making the jumps of equal distance starting from 0. Okay, if we are doing addition on number line, then we will move to right hand side. When we are doing subtraction on number line, we will move to left hand side. And when we do multiplication, then we make jump. Okay, jump of equal distance starting from 0. Ninth point is, adding two whole number always gives a whole number. When we add two whole number, it gives us two whole number. Similarly, multiplying two whole numbers always gives a whole number. So that means that addition and multiplication are closed in whole number. We can say that the whole numbers are closed under addition and also under multiplication. But whole numbers are not closed under subtraction and division. Division by 0 is not defined. We cannot divide any number by 0. 11th, 0 is the identity for addition of whole number. The whole number 1 is the identity for multiplication of whole number. Why? Because when we add 0 to any number, we are getting the same whole number. So 0 is the identity for addition, and when we multiply any whole number by 1, then we are getting the same whole number. So 1 is the identity for multiplication. 12th point is you can add two whole numbers in any order. You can multiply two whole numbers in any order. We say that addition and multiplication are commutative for whole numbers. Means while changing the order of the number in addition and in multiplication will not change the result. Okay, a plus b is equal to b plus a, and a multiplied by b is equal to b multiplied by a. 13th point is addition and multiplication both are associative for whole numbers. 14th point is multiplication is distributive over addition for whole numbers. For this we will do example in the next slide. 15th is commutative, associative and distributive properties of whole numbers are useful in simplifying calculation. We use them without being aware of them. Earlier also we are using these properties to make our calculation easy, but earlier we don't know the name of these properties. Now we know. Okay, so commutative property, associative property and distributive property makes our calculation easier. 16th point is pattern with numbers are not only interesting but are very useful, especially for verbal calculations, and help us to understand properties of numbers better. Okay, pattern is not only simplifying our calculation, but they are interesting also. Now see some of the questions based on properties. First is find the sum by suitable rearrangement. This I have told you, by suitable rearrangement means that you have to arrange these numbers in such a way that you will get 0 at one's place. Okay, which make our calculation easy. So I have made the pairs. It is 46 plus 154, because when we add 6 and 4 we will get 0. And in the next pair I have made 63 plus 237. In this 3 plus 7 also equal to 0. So 200 plus 300 equal to 500. Now see question number 2. Simplify. 126 multiplied by 55 plus 126 multiplied by 45. We can see in this that 126 is written twice. So we will take out 126 common. And inside the bracket, what is left? 55 from the first one and 45 from the second. And between them, addition sign will be there as it is given in the question. So 126 in the bracket, 55 plus 45. According to BODMAS rule, we have to do bracket. We have to solve bracket first. So 55 plus 45 is 100. So 126 multiplied by 100 is 12,600. Third question is find the product by suitable rearrangement. By suitable rearrangement, again we have to make the maximum number of zeros. We know that 4 multiplied by 25 is 100. So we will make the pair of this. We will take 4 multiplied by 25 in one bracket and 587 outside the bracket. So 4 multiplied by 25 is 100. Multiply by 587, which will make 58,700. Now see the fourth question. Find the product using distributive property. Here I am using distributive property of multiplication over addition. In the same way we can do subtraction also. It is 279 multiplied by 1004. 1004 we can write down easily as 1000 plus 4. So now we will multiply 279 by 1000 first. Then we multiply 279 by 4. Find out the products of both and then do the addition. If between them there is multiplication minus sign, then we will subtract. Clear? Now we have revised both the chapters. Okay? Prepare chapter 1 and 2 for the test very well, and if there is any problem, you can clarify your problem by previous lectures.